Live from Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Ontario. Welcome to Boston Bruins hockey on NESN. Tonight the Bruins' depth will be tested as they take on the surging Toronto Maple Leafs. This original six matchup is presented by GMC. We are professional grade. Hello again, everybody. Along with Andy Brickley, I'm Judd Surratt. Thanks for joining us. On Monday here in Toronto, Zdeno Chara, the former Bruins captain, will be enshrined in the Hockey Hall of Fame. And Brick, he's a towering figure in Bruins history, and it goes well beyond his size because he was a foundational piece for the Bruins that built a culture in Boston that was the envy of the National Hockey League. Now, this year, the Bruins are trying to rebuild that culture with new faces and new leadership. And part of the reason that they've gotten off to a good start and they're here in the middle of November with a 9-7 record is the work that they've done in that area.
And that'll be a test tonight. You're going to have that leadership in the absence of Charlie McAvoy. Other players have to step up. They're playing well. They feel good about themselves. It's always fun to play a divisional game, and it's even more fun to play well when you play in Toronto.
Nikita Zadorov mentioned the other day there was a message in the Bruins room that if you want to be a playoff team, you have to be 500 or better on the road. Well, the Bruins have a lot of work to do in that area.
Yeah, well, if you believe in that, you got to be in playoff position come Thanksgiving. Well, take a look at the schedule, and this is what you have in front of you for the Boston Bruins. Right now, you're in the middle of a 5-game stretch where it's all divisional play. It's an important stretch, Judd. When you think about the 9 games remaining before Thanksgiving, 7 are going to be away from TD Garden, where the Bruins only have 2 wins in 6 attempts. And when you start talking about that compressed schedule, this is what you still have in November. You still got to do the 3 games in California. You got to stop in Long Island on the way home. And next week you got Ottawa and Montreal. So this is very important that Boston continue to play the way they're playing, particularly without the puck.
Rush David Pastrnak, who went for a spill out in front, swam in a point-blank save on Matthew Nyes. Michelli weaves his way in through to Cross. It connects with Robertson. Steers it up top. Riley, Robertson. He'll drop, rotates it to Domi. Send it into the slot, they score! A perfect pass, hammered home by Robertson. A power play goal, and the Leafs lead it 1-0.
Minute 50, a real good penalty killing right there, but just too big of a gap for this seam pass to be completed. You can see in the middle of your screen, Andrew Peeke, he's worried about the man at the top of the crease, and that's where the little switch occurs. Robertson comes from one side of the ice to the far post. Waugh slides down off that near side post. That opens up that lane. It's taped it.
Motors around a check. Lohrei, Geekie, shoots, he scores! Double pumped off the post! And he cranks it in! Bruins tie it up at 1.
It's just a great play all the way around. A clean exit out of the defensive zone. Geekie gets to the middle ice. And the minute Lohrei sees that, he activates up that left wing, almost like playing left wing, and it's a perfectly timed give and go. And I think the little misfire by Geekie worked in his favor.
Well, that's quieted this place. Arvidsson trying to swing it to the middle. Waugh sent it across for Myers. His pass blocked by Alex Steeves, called up from Providence, making his Bruins debut. Sent out in front, they score! Victor Arvidsson! Able to pick a pocket and chip it inside the far post. Bruins 2, Leafs 1.
Well, we talked about Toronto. They love to score goals. They want to play offense, but can they play in their own end? That is the question. If you can establish some offensive zone time tonight, you'll score some goals. Bruins just in good structure. Good forecheck. Everybody making the right reads, and then it's a mismanaged puck. Starting with Myers back in his own zone. You try to go towards the front of the net.
2-on-1. Pastrnak with him. Pastrnak shoots. Stolarz' save. And then Stolarz able to trap it, and then Ekman Larsson grabs a hold of Pustanina.
A couple of opportunities for this line Earlier in the shift, Pasternak had a chance from just below the dot on a nice play by Hustadinov, and then a good breakout here after the turnover by the Leafs. Was this play going to be onside? Pasternak makes a nice little move at the blue line to stay onside and still keep separation. Has to handle that puck initially on the backhand, try to get it on the forehand and maybe go 5-hole. Stolar is able to make the stop, but a good opportunity for Boston.
Took a bump. Janot lugs the mail. Took a shoulder from Ekman Larson. Gets around another check. Centered. Mitten with a shot blocked.
What a great effort by Tanner Janot.
Now Joshua across in the slot. Off Swayman's glove on the drive by Michelli. Centered out in front, and it never got to Swayman. Off the shelf and grabbed by the Bruins. Here's Mitten crisscrossing. Janot fires off the post. Bruins are back to full strength. Right of the net, they score! Before they can get the guy out of the box and onto the ice, Matias Michelli evens the game at 2.
Just a negative sequence here again. You know, the Bruins penalty killing doing the job. They almost score a shorthander on a great play by Mittens to set up Janot, who rips one off the post blocker side. Stolar's beat cleanly. And then the Bruins just try to be a little too aggressive deep in their own zone just as the penalty's expiring. You got to still protect the front of the net. The Bruins vacate the front of the net, try to be aggressive right there. Eyssimont was not back in the zone deep enough to play 5-on-5 aggressive hockey.
Yoki Harju off the wall, just got it in. Benoit took a check. Here's Zacha. Brushed to Zadorov and sucked in by Stolar.
Good puck movement right there. Quick re-entry, activate the D, get a quality shot, maybe get a rebound. Moving the puck quickly to the right people. Good force, create the turnover. There's the support by Zacha after the force by Steves. Now Zadorov's able to come late on that weak side.
Now Aspero, half a minute left. His exit pass knocked out of midair. Wah wings it around. McCabe. Wah pushed against the wall by Hustadinov. And Hustadinov able to hold him, allowing Lohrei to break the other way with 8. Pasternak, Lohrei shoots! And he got knocked down by McCabe after he did. A couple of Wisconsin guys hooking up in the slot. And that's going to close out the opening 20 minutes here in Toronto, and we're squared at 2.
Yeah.
Eyssimont tried to stuff it home. He's celebrating as that puck went in. Right now, Kyle Riemann is saying no goal.
Hustadinov made 3 really good plays on this power play, keeping plays alive in the offensive zone, allowing the Bruins a chance for possession and scoring opportunities. They work the play down low and then attack the net. Eyssimont going to take it.
The call on the ice is no goal. The Boston player pushes the goaltender's pad into the net. Call on the ice is no goal.
I'm looking for that puck, Judd. Can you see him?
I cannot. It's even harder with a guy who's 6'6", 243.
I mean, you can see it at the end. It's across the goal line. The referee was emphatic about no goal, waving it off, saying he felt that the pad was pushed in by Eyssimont.
So on that look that we just got, Brick, it looked like on Eysimont's second attempt, before he apparently pushed his pad, that puck got underneath the leg pad, but didn't get completely over the goal line.
Yes, I mean, it is headed across the line, but I'm not getting anything conclusive.
We're early in the second period in a 2-2 game. Leafs open the scoring. Bruins bounce back with 2 and 20 seconds, and then the Maple Leafs tied it late in the first.
After the video review, 81, Boston's original shot completely crosses the goal line. Therefore, we have a goal.
Pasternak one-on-one with Benoit. Pulls in the middle. Shoots. They score! Make it 399 goals. swung through Stolarz. Bruins 4, Leafs 2.
What a heads-up pass to send Pastrnak away one-on-one. From one side of the ice to Pastrnak on the other side of the ice in the neutral zone. That's just a great play right there by Hampus Lindholm. Already knew where he wanted to go once that puck got into his reach. And it's not the cleanest goal we've ever seen Pastrnak score. But he challenges Benoit one-on-one, able to get it through his skates. Can't really get the puck where he wants it, but the puck has eyes.
They're going to pull Anthony Stolarz. And the Leafs goaltending situation has been interesting here in the last 36 to 48 hours. Caden Primo was put on waivers, claimed by Carolina. Joseph Woll, who was away from the team, has just been sent to the Marlies for a conditioning stint. So this is Dennis Hildeby, who's going to jump in net for the Leafs. Now Lohrei pulls, drags, shoots, Hildeby the save, and his helmet came flying off.
Another nice play by the Boston Bruins from one end of the rink to the other. They manage the puck on the breakout when Pastrnak goes on a backhand to the weak side D. And even though the play doesn't develop right away in center ice, they regroup and they go side to side again, moving the puck from wing to wing, and it's Lohrei that activates. And that's just basically a long-distance give and go between Pastrnak and Lohrei. A little toe drag. He knows he's going to get hit. He knows he's going to probably get some pressure. As soon as he gets that shot away, he rips one right off the face mask of the goaltender.
Front Aspero poke check to the side, centered. Up top for Nylander, pulled it off the wall. Domi, centered. What a poke check by Swayman. Get his team back in the game. Long way to go. Lorentz dips around a check. Domi shoots, and Swayman takes it right into the breadbasket as Lawton tries to stir the pot.
That's another important save right there. Getting towards the latter stages of period 2. You got a 2-goal lead on the road, divisional game. You got these guys back to back. Lorentz makes a pretty good strong move to get around Aspero and complete the play by getting it back to Domi for a catch and release.
Zadorov to Pastrnak. Across. Pustadinov. Geeky shoots. Oh, what a stop out in front by McCabe. Oh, and stepping up was Zadorov. He just buried Lawton. And Zadorov's throwing right hands. He and McMahon are going at it out at center ice. McMahon a right. Zadorov a right. Zadorov looking for another right hand. Trying to pull a jersey over. Zadorov a couple of quick uppercuts. Zadorov's got him headlocked and pinned. And those two separate.
Well, the Bruins again with a quick up. D to D. Up the boards to Pastrnak. Pastrnak starts to cut to the middle. He's a threat to shoot. He makes a nice pass across the ice. Little pump fake from Pustadinov to set up Geeky for a one-time. McCabe just happened to be there. And the puck just hit him. And speaking of hit him, it's a big body contact right there by Zadorov. It's not an elbow.
Penalties on the play. Boston 91, Toronto 74. 5 minutes each for fighting.
It's not an elbow. The arm comes up after the hit. He lays out Lawton. The man comes over. Zadorov was ready.
To the kill, Matthews. Ekman Larson, Nylander, Tavares, he scores! Some skill on display there. And the Bruins lead trimmed to 4-3.
That's a well-executed power play goal. When you list your weapons, you got Matthews on one elbow, Nylander on the other, and Tavares in the bumper. Nice work in the front of the net. I mean, that's quality stuff, talent. They execute well. Look, you're going to give up power play goals, especially with that kind of talent. You Would you like them to defend it a little bit better? Maybe get the stick in the passing lane there to discourage that pass from Nylander to Tavares, and it's a bullet shot high danger area. Beautiful finish. 5:02.
Michelli. Carlo angles it in. Zadorov sorts it out to Pastrnak. He has what right now is the go-ahead goal. It's his 399th. Yoki Haru up the glass. Pastrnak waits for it with 10. Watched by Riley. Pastrnak. Kiki shoots wide. Rebound. Backdoor. Kiki with 2. Zadorov. Bruins are going to run out of time. So the Bruins are going to exit this second period after scoring twice with a 4-3 lead. Flipped it to the corner, Kastelik. Centered, Minton denied by Hildeby. Oh, what a great look. One hand to the head, Corrali. Whistles it in, Corrali shoots, Hildeby the save, and Hildeby able to cover up with Eyssimont digging for some gold.
Nice play by Corrali. Basically a self-pass off the backboards. Got his own chance.
Lori got a piece of it. Domi shoots. Swayman chest save again. And then Domi got locked up in the slot. And he's starting to throw punches with Eyssimont. And the linesman trying to separate those two. And Eyssimont is talking things over. The referee is Janot eyeing McCabe.
You would think by Domi's reactions as the initiator here, getting his gloves off and throwing punches, you would think Boston would get some kind of power play out of this. This is earlier down the ice. Locked up, Kastelik and Domi. Domi gets a scoring chance. We'll see how this shakes out.
Toronto, number 11. Boston, number 81. 2 minutes each for roughing. Play 5-on-5.
Matthews against Zacha. In the slot, and Setches wide. Nylander, he scores. Maybe not. The referee waved it off. What did it hit?
The breakdown's in the face-off circle, and it allows Nylander point blank in the slot. We'll take a look on the replay. Just walks right to the middle, wide of the short man, comes right back out. But we thought that puck went right up underneath the crossbar and in the net.
On the leads, Kastelik centers, Minton shoots, he scores! How good does that feel? Fraser Minton takes a sweet dish in the slot and makes it 5-3 Bruins.
Well, Toronto makes the mistake of trying to play the puck from the wall to the middle of the ice in the defensive zone instead of protecting it and taking care of it and getting out of your own end in a one-goal game in the third period. Kastelik with the steal, puts it off his right hip to give him the option to shoot or pass. He makes a beautiful pass across to Minton, who very calmly waits, allows Hildeby to go down to give him a lot more room up top. He doesn't one-time it, he doesn't panic, he hangs onto it, and then he roofs it.
So the former Leaf with a huge tally here. Couldn't sail it out, now he does. Back to get it, Ekman-Larsson. 20 seconds left. Here's Matthews. Whacked it to the corner off a Bruins stick. Wah. Nylander blocked. Peak. 5 seconds left. Peak's going to eat that puck in the corner. What an impressive victory for the Boston Bruins tonight here in Toronto. They've won 6 straight. and they do it missing key guys in their lineup. Jeremy Swayman, sensational tonight, and the game winner with his 399th goal, David Pastrnak.
Total team effort. Everybody contributed. Everybody came to play. They had each other's backs. They were physical when they were supposed to be. They were disciplined throughout the night. Basically 3 power play goals by the Toronto Maple Leafs, which tells you the Bruins owned the game at 5-on-5.